Real Ghosts by JonTron. In the spirit of Spooktober, which is almost at its end, I feel we would go back, watch a older JonTron video. Let's live the spooky nature, if you will. Figured to be appropriate, especially after the Dan Aykroyd video.
King Blitzkrieg has declared war.
Why are subtitles on?
Let's see who will lead the counterattack.
Oh, they're already there, part of the video.
That's improbable you would have picked me. This Halloween season, why not join me in Rise of Kingdoms, an awesome mobile MMO real-time strategy game inspired by history.
You know, because I know a lot of, like, Lucy Pyre also does ad reads for some mobile games. I wonder, like, where these games are now, right? Like, games like Raid Shadow Legends and other mobile games will try to, like, you know, obviously spread their influence, right? They'll pay for a promotion deal, right? And I'm very curious where they're at down the line. Just one of those things that, like, no one really thinks about, but kind of fascinates me.
The game is completely free with 11 historical civilizations, amazing real-time battles, a never-before-seen-on-mobile infinite zoom function, and super sweet alliance battles. If you think you have what it takes, I dare you to try to take down my kingdom. Rise of Kingdoms is gonna hook you up with reinforcements if you click the link in my description. You'll get 200 gems, 2 silver keys, 2 times 50,000 food, and 2 times 50,000 wood. By
Always
using
Ohio.
the code
JonTron?
MPQS3SF4CH in the description. And they were even nice enough to set me up with my own little alliance that you can join, so be sure to check that out as well.
Perfect.
So what are you waiting for? If you like this show and you like what we do here, please consider going down to the description box below and giving Rise of Kingdoms a shot today.
Yes.
And don't forget to use my promo code if you can spell it. Okay,
I'm sure it's expired by now. Not my thing. I respect people that like mobile games. Nothing against it. Pokemon Masters EX. I'm locked out of my account right now because I switched phones, right? Nothing against mobile games. Just not my thing. So, yeah. Let me know if you played that game. Let me know if it's still around. Curious.
Haunting, I'm home!
I really wonder what his tax situation is like. Like, the amount of stuff that just random stuff he buys. Like, his buy history and his taxes must be amazing to go through. I don't know, it's just weird. Weird things.
Today we're going to be looking at something called Haunted Lives, True Ghost Stories. That's right, real ghost stories.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Captain.
Real ghost stories. This little-known American miniseries, eventually shortened to just Haunted Lives, then subsequently retitled to Real Ghosts. I mean, what are you going to do? It's hard to settle on a name for something you really care about. I mean, personally, I would have just named it Warning, Do Not Watch. True Ghost Stories. The first season stars an narration of Leonard Nimoy of Star Trek fame.
Oh, wow. Certain people also know Leonard Nimoy as the voice behind Master Xehanort from Kingdom Hearts before 3. Wow, that's a thing. It's kind of what didn't Jonathan Frakes also do something adjacent to this?
Somehow, till I guess he realized he was on a sinking ship because he bailed on season 2. The aim of the show was to take paranormal stories that were supposedly true and dramatize them into little shorts, not unlike Unsolved Mysteries. On the face of it, it doesn't really sound like a bad idea. But it seems they mostly lost their heads in the execution.
No, bad John. Awful. Got him. God, I hope you put something under that. Make it easier to clean. The people that live around him must really like him as a name.
Going down. So, let's just get ready and dive right into this episode of Haunted Lives, shall we? This is going to be good.
It'll be great.
Reaching out from the world that lies.
What is it with the doors in these shows about the spook?
Life has many doors, Ed boy.
Shit.
They glide through the portals of our imagination. They shouldn't exist.
They shouldn't even exist? That's a bit of a heavy statement. Listen, I understand they're spooky, but who are you to say that morally they should or shouldn't exist? Look, you've made that poor boy cry with your ideology. You proud of yourself? Well, we're off to a good start with that horrendous
That was awful. Oh, that was awful.
noise that has shattered my eardrums.
Yeah.
When one thinks
Ow.
of ghosts, one imagines ruined castles or a lonely graveyard in the dead of night. But recently, psychic Sylvia Brown investigated a series of hauntings in a most unlikely location, an ordinary toy store in Sunnyvale, California.
You can't even find that. That's my face exactly, John. You can't even find Toys R Us anymore. Didn't they go bankrupt like a decade ago or something like that? I just come from a different era.
You're not wrong. That's definitely not what I was expecting.
No.
Also, I think that is a ghost just in itself.
Yeah.
This is a place in which they had lost, or reportedly had lost, 6 managers. So out of desperation, they called me and said, would you please come in because we think we have a ghost.
How is this the first thing they went to? They're like, 6 managers have quit this Toys R Us within like a 3-month span.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I thought the like 6 managers died. I'm like, is this some like Five Nights at Freddy's shit? Like what?
This place is fucking haunted. I can't believe there was a time like recently in the 90s when anyone would officially call a psychic for anything. Someone would still do that now, wouldn't they? They'd still do that now.
Well, what was it? 70s, 80s? Like seances and Ouija boards were all the rage. I mean, it's just a evolution of that, of just trends and stuff, I would assume.
Don't hurt me like this. And by the way, I thought this was just a dramatization at first, but I found out that that is actually renowned psychic Sylvia Brown playing herself. Everyone else is an
Amazing.
actor in this whole thing, but Sylvia Brown is playing herself for some reason. Now, if you don't know who
Perfect.
Sylvia Brown is, I don't blame you. During the 90s in America, she was this famous medium/psychic who claimed to be able to talk to heaven and angels via her spirit liaison, Francine. But don't worry, I've got good news for you. They were able to officially debunk her in 2002. They used an advanced method called looking up anything she said and finding out it was made up completely. I am just as shocked as you are.
She's gone, honey.
Do you know where she's at?
Yeah, in heaven, on the other side.
I've been kidnapped and I've been missing for 10 years and I'm here. I'm free now.
Thank God they got to that in a timely manner. Okay, think of what havoc she.
That's bad. Like, that's bad. Oh, that is awful.
Could be wreaking if she were out here today. Oh wait, she can't because she's dead. I wonder if she predicted that so she wasn't on the toilet when it happened.
It's a story of unrequited love, and not like some of the violence we see at other, let's say, ghost stories. It's sad, it's tragic.
What are you gonna do? Every now and then you just get a sad ghost story. All right, they can't all be happy.
It was the new frontier of California. Yanni Janssen was a barely literate, emotionally disturbed farmhand who lived...
All right, okay. Why don't you tell me what you don't like about the guy? Consider me a Yanni Janssen fan. You sure it wasn't just Johnny Johnson? And he just wrote it wrong because he's illiterate?
Yanni Janssen lived for just one thing, his desperate love for his employer's daughter.
The 3-4 aspect ratio is just 3-4 aspects, 280, like, what, 240p? God, this takes me back.
Elizabeth. Yanni, you have to stop writing me these letters.
Don't mean to upset you.
Yanni, I can't read this shit anyway. You are literally illiterate.
Literally.
This isn't even a letter. This is a picture of a house. Where's that, an elephant? Yanni, where did you see an elephant in 1800s America?
I don't have very much.
That should not have gotten me. That should not have gotten me like that.
Much to offer, but what riches I do have are in my heart.
I don't love you, Yanni. You have to understand that.
You can't read, but I know you can hear.
I don't mean to hurt you.
Awful.
But I'm getting married in 6 days, and it's best that you forget about me.
Wait, you don't know me?
Very good point, Yanni. That is indeed exactly why she is now backing slowly away from you.
Elizabeth, don't go!
Oh, he's holding an axe. Oh no. I wonder what a very angry individual holding an axe might do in the next scene. Interesting.
real ghosts.
Is he gonna hit himself?
Actual serious ghosts. Fiction? Think again.
What is Chud?
This man has clearly not seen my work safety video.
No, he hasn't. No, that's... That man's gonna hurt himself.
Yanni, 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 Yanni.
Ooh!
Yanni, no! You can't go out like this. Oh, he couldn't read or write or do much, but Yanni, no! Elizabeth, help! To think no one stopped to help this poor man as he was fatally bleeding from the shin. Funny enough, that's actually where the phrase comes from, if you don't know. The Achilles shin, okay? That's a very weak part of the body. One blow, and you're out. It's a big flaw in our architecture, okay? If I was designing humans, all right, I would have just left the shin out entirely. Would have just
It reminds me of those dogs that have like very small legs.
connected the femur directly to the ankle. It's a much sturdier design. So you can try all you want. You're not going to get a shin blow on that design.
No, but if the femur breaks, you're in for a lot of pain.
Oh, get over it, Yanni. It's just a dent. You'll live. Oh! 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 Shoot!
I think part of it's dramatization, but I think there are certain skits he does like that he tries it. He's like aware something's gonna happen or vaguely what's gonna happen, but then it just unfolds in the most comedic way possible, and then it's actually him like hitting his shin.
Time passes, as time will.
Time is known to do that, of course, on occasion, for it is usually the property of time to pass. And so it has.
What was once an orchard became a busy toy store, filled with the sounds of laughter, the hum of cash registers, and the presence of something else.
So basically, yeah.
Old Toys R Us was just an experience. You have to understand. I remember my dad brought me to Toys R Us to get my first Pokemon game. It was Fire Red in about, 2005-ish or something like that. God, I loved going to Toys R Us in that section. Certain stores just had a certain, appeal to them, like a certain aesthetic. Like, you even go to, Taco Bell in, the 90s and early 2000s, right? It was like a styrofoam cup. If you know, you remember. And, everything just feels so homogenized nowadays. Not really much, heart or spirit in certain, businesses.
Now the orchard where Yanni shinned himself is a Toys R Us. What a premise.
Hello? Is anybody there?
Yeah, most likely, because this is a highly trafficked warehouse at 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon.
You can tell she's a day shift worker. I've definitely watched, Paranormal Night Shift on TikTok, right? Love that dude. Super good dude. He's got some really cool stories. But yeah, night shift workers are just built different. Something goes on, just I'm not dealing with it. Someone in the parking lot, walk up to them, you look away, they're not there anymore. Well, at least they're gone now. Night shift just built different.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. Didn't mean to clip the back of your hair there. I'm just relocating some fishing line. As you can see.
Awful.
Whoa, hold on. Where's the fire?
There's something back there.
Where?
In the storeroom. It touched me.
Oh, that's just Mr. Cosby. He's here promoting his new lineup, Puddin' Pops.
While your right hand is doing this, your left hand can be doing this or,
Excuse me, are you...
This was after the... Yeah, this was after all the news. Oh my God.
The manager?
Yes.
That was
There's something
bad.
wrong with your bathroom. The water comes on by itself.
No cause for alarm, ma'am. That's just the automatic faucets.
May I please have the rest of the day off?
Oh, whatever it is that scared you back there.
Couldn't be worse than me.
I'm sure there's
Yeah.
a logical explanation for it. Come on, I'll show you. Oh, it's only the storeroom. Nothing to be afraid of.
Delta Squadron, come in. I need a direct line to Randy Newman, goddammit. So yeah, this is what they are trying to pass off as real. Now you gotta remember, this ain't fiction, okay? This is supposed to be a documented account of the events as they happened.
This is why I can't stand like mainstream ghost story. Like, I mean, obviously you have your like Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters, so many series, and I'm not really gonna get into like any of that, the integrity, what have you, right? Like, I don't know. I've always just found like content creators like Wendigo and Lore Lodge, they end up just making very immersive Mr. Ballin too. I can't forget him. They make really immersive content on this kind of thing. And whether you're a skeptic, whether you're a believer, you can kind of sit down and just, you know, hey, this is a story. Like, you know, I'm a fan of the notion that like, sure, I'd like stuff to be real. I'd like things to be seen, but so many people will just jump to completely mundane things, being completely paranormal, extraterrestrial, etc. That, I mean, it just kind of muddies the water. So, a fan of being logical, trying to find rational explanations. Maybe science, especially if it's repeatable, just hasn't caught up to something. But in the face of all other rational and mundane explanations, then we can start talking about that. That's kind of where I fall on that ideology.
Okay, guys, we got a little problem.
A little bit.
So I am putting the storeroom off limits for the next couple of days.
Welcome to Ghosts R Us. Can I haunt you?
This is not
bad.
a joke.
Listen,
Yeah,
Crab Cake,
yeah, it
this ain't
is.
funny. Did you not see there was a fucking frisbee dance on the walls with a dinosaur back there? Yeah, sorry, kid. That's not going to cover it, even with inflation.
Oh my
On a
god.
cash register, isn't it obvious?
When did this come out? 4 years ago. 2019. Inflation's way worse now. Oh my god.
Well, you think she maybe pushed a button wrong or something? No. That's the work of a ghost.
Bill. Did you stack them like that?
No.
What?
Well, what about those, Bill? Did you stack them like that? Wow. Well, no, that's a hot mess. I'm not sure anyone's going to be able to tell what that is. Do you want to show
John,
the kind of
please.
viewers out there? You want to show them what this is supposed to be? Still got you, though. Still fucking got you, though.
We just found out some really
You son of a... He got me. Got me. You son of a bitch.
interesting information. A long time ago, some people named Elizabeth and Martin Murphy lived here in Sunnyvale. They had this hired hand named Yanni Janssen. All this stuff happened exactly where the store is now.
She may even know who the ghost is.
Son of a bitch, get out of here, you pesky ghost. I'm trying to listen.
From what I can tell, this has all the signs of a real haunting.
All of them.
Look, I played my fair share of Phasmophobia, right? You get your spirit box, get your UV, you got orbs even, maybe. Dots, anything to confirm that?
All the telltale signs are here. I just love the fact that Sylvia Brown
Dirty
is
water.
actually in this. I mean, her being in this implies that this dramatization is exactly how it went down. She was
Awful.
there. She would have had to look at the scene with the floating pogo stick and go, yep, I was there. That's exactly how that happened. What a tragedy.
What exactly is a haunting?
It's spirits that don't know they're dead. You see, in this case, Yanni Janssen is in a
What?
time warp.
It's unfortunate, but that's just how it is.
I'm gonna need some citation on that one. I don't know about that one. Because there's different types of like, and this is lore throughout the world, right? Like there's different types of spirits, entities, etc. I think that might be an overly broad generalization for a public audience.
I mean, I've reviewed all the files here, and yep, this motherfucker's in a time warp.
So how long will he be doing this
let's
for?
do the time.
Months, years, maybe.
It could be a week if you're lucky. Unfortunately, these things are case by case, totally situational.
Uh-huh.
I love how she's talking about this haunting like it's indoor plumbing. She's like, that'll clear itself up in a couple weeks, months, maybe. I wouldn't worry about it.
That night, Sylvia Brown tried to summon the spirit of Yanni Janssen.
Yanni, are you with us? Yanni.
I know this is supposed to be suspenseful, my immediate thought, like, are these guys getting paid? Like, are they getting overtime? Like, they're just expected to be at work after hours to hold a seance. Like, are they time and a half? Any sort of compensation, or are they just like mandated to be here for fear of being terminated?
Can you hear me? I can feel his presence now.
In 1991, all these goons got together and sat down in the back of a Toys R Us and tried to summon the ghost of Yanni Janssen. That's right, you heard me. They all had a seance with Jeffrey the motherfucking giraffe, and
yeah.
How'd they get corporate to agree to this?
It had to have been a marketing thing, right? Like, it had to have been a marketing thing. Maybe a collab for like Halloween or something. That's wild to consider.
How?
Hello, Yanni. Come closer so we can see you.
I come from the future to tell you that brick and mortar establishments will become unsustainable due to online retailers such as Amazon.com.
Oh, except the other half of that is that online retailers don't have the power of brick and mortar stores. There's a whole conversation that will derail me for about 30 to 40 minutes there on the intricacies of brick and mortar versus online and the strengths and detriments of both. I'm going to save you that 30 to 40 minute rant. God.
You're looking for someone.
Yeah, I was just looking for a customer sales rep. I was wondering which one of these bikes would be best for off-roading.
Elizabeth Murphy. She's on the other side. You have to go towards the light to find Beth.
Go on now. Come on, Yanni, get. Don't make it as hard as it has to be. Go towards the light.
Ain't no protective circle around them.
Huh. Well, that was easier than expected.
Thank you.
Hopefully he's gone.
Nobody likes poor Yanni, all right? I mean, if you get down to it, all this guy really did was love a woman and accidentally kill himself in the leg. So, Sylvia got paid and fled to Madagascar to avoid tax fraud.
What?
And Yanni's ghost was cast out of the Super Soaker Isle forever. Or...
Like, is that not hyperbole? Like, is that... Wow.
Was he?
If that's true.
I don't know. And in the end, tragedy turned to triumph.
Yeah.
As Yanni finally learned to read and write.
Good job.
My God. Hold up. I think John's onto something here.
Yanni's appearance in the 1982 seance, as evidenced by this famous infrared photograph, was not his last haunting.
You're not... I'm rolling my eyes. Even in 2023, people are going to be like, oh, UFO. Oh, ghost. Oh, Bigfoot. Can you not take the photo on a fucking, like, 2005 Razr flip phone, please? Like, we have literal, like, 4K, like, phones at this point. Can you just snap a photo with, like, your iPhone 21, right? Around 21 or 20. I can't remember. I don't follow iPhone. Your iPhone 20, 21, which iPhones actually have, what, better cameras, allegedly? Android, Windows Phone, gaming phone, anything. Camcorder, Urban Explorer, anything but, like muddy ass photos, please.
This famous infrared photograph. No doubt you all know and love this one. Needs no introduction, all right? It's as American as Mickey Mouse and apple pie.
I don't know. I mean, what is it? There was the one that the Warrens did. Was it Ed and Lorraine Warren? They went to a specific house. Was it the Amityville house? I don't think it was Amityville. But there's that famous photograph of, like, it was a child or something with glowing eyes on the stairwell. And that's, like, super famous. But even then, I don't know. Like, I would have to, like, deep dive that over the course of a couple days to try and even begin to really comment on the validity or integrity of these pieces of media.
There it is. Everyone's got one of these laying at home. Why am I even showing it to you? This just looks like a bunch of people waiting around, especially that lady. She's not even looking. If there was a ghost right in front of you, wouldn't you think you'd be looking at it? She looks like she's just talking.
I'd throw this out as evidence.
Her friend, like, so what do you do next Sunday? I'm pretty sure they're trying to pass this guy off as Yanni Janssen. But I think...
When you get a 1-star photo in Faz, this is the...
if my deduction skills are correct, that's just a dude standing there.
Could be.
In January of 1991, we revisited the Sunnyvale Toys R Us, where employees past and present gathered to talk about their experiences in the intervening years.
This part is amazing. They go back to the same store to talk to the employees about their paranormal experiences with Yanni over the years, and they basically all have nothing to say. But they know this is their 15 minutes of fame, and they are not wasting it.
And I said to the manager, "You say what? Did that frighten you?" And he said, "It sure did, Pat."
You say what? Lillian, I'll tell you what I say. I say that I love you with all my heart. Be my grandpa!
I had gone in to use the restroom, heard the water turn on, kind of looked under, saw nobody in the restroom. The water turned off, the door opened, and...
Let's just get...
No, if you're on night shift, just ignore it. It's fine. Just ignore it.
Two things on the record right now. One, he's currently serving 25 to life. And two, I didn't know a penis could be malformed in that fashion.
Whoa.
So I'm working by myself over the door one day on greeting duty, and a man walks in about this high, reminded me of Yanni. So I looked at him, I says, "Are you Yanni the ghost?" And he replied to me, I'll never forget it, as long as I live. He said, "No, sir, I'm just here to buy a toy."
He still walks up and down these halls. Someday, of course, he will leave.
Someday he'll leave. Sylvia, what do you...
I'm very curious what happened to this Toys R Us. Because if it's defunct, you know some Urban Explorer is going to go in there, right?
I mean, someday he'll leave. What did everybody just pay you for? I saw you with my own eyes sit back there. You said, "Hain't be gone," and he disappeared back into his wormhole. I'm starting to think you might be a scam artist. Some things never change. Well, this has been fun, or painful, depending on your definition of words. But I've got to be going now. So until next time, I want to wish you all out there a very Merry Halloween.
Wow. This was a thing.
Oh. Come on, stupid 1920s technology. Son of a bitch!
Yeah, that sounds about right. Wow. Speechless on that one, actually. I mean, obviously, if you're on night shift, practice what, due diligence and safety you can. You don't want somebody to catch you unawares on a job site that's not supposed to be there, obviously, right? I mean, that goes without saying. This was quite an interesting video and showcases just the hilarity and absurdity of just some of these things, some of these stories. I mean, like, yeah, you can go to, like, Reddit and find a bunch of copy pastas and shit post. And, sometimes if you just look at it through a story, it's like, cool. Fiction, copy pasta, shitpost, whatever. It's when oh, excuse me. Apparently someone's talking about me about my trying to hold that in. No, it's one of those things that just like I don't know, I'm mixed on it. You have to have these conversations in the right company because people are like so adamant one way or the other. And I try to fall somewhere in the middle, right? I'm not opposed to things existing. I'm not. We need to just beyond a reasonable doubt, just rule out factors, right? Have more than a 2005 Razr flip phone, like poorly taken photo as evidence, right? Things like that. I digress. What are your thoughts on this? Do you remember this show? Do you not remember this show? This is absolutely insane. What are your thoughts? I guess please keep it civil. All that fun stuff in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.